All right. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show. We have a topic that you are familiar with today for discussion, and I have my regular guest invited, but I can tell you my dependable and reliable guest and the member of this show is already seated. And I'm talking about no other person than the person that you all know on this show everywhere, YouTube, Facebook, and all social media. I'm talking about a man that has been out there standing for the oppressed in Nigeria, in particular, and all over the world. A man whose voice is always out there whenever things go wrong with the common man. A man who put his voice out there through music. He is a legend reggae artist based in the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, presented to you Mr. Black O'Rise. Mr. Black Rise.
Greetings in the divine name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's all we always say. I thank you and I greet you all, whatever time you are observing there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are here again today to let us know why we are still where we are. Bless.
Thank you so much, Mr. Black Rise. That's a very good way to start the show. My name is Joe Brown Idele-Ero, and the host of the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show, live on Facebook and YouTube. Today is the 20th of November, 2021. The topic before us today is Boko Haram, the bandits, and the Fulani herdsmen in Nigeria. People classify them as terrorist group. But it looks like Nigeria government have not accepted that they are terrorist groups. Okay, but today I have with me Mr. Black, an activist, a strong activist all over the world, known all over the world for his truthfulness and for his steadfastness, for his standing always against oppression. Mr. Black Rice knows a lot about the menace of the Boko Haram, the herdsmen, and the bandits. So he is going to join me and all of you out there to discuss this matter. Who is winning? Is it the terrorist groups or Nigerian government? Who is winning? That's the question. Who is winning? Is it the terrorist group or the Nigerian government? So please do not forget, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Go on the comment box and make your own contribution on this program live today. All right, Mr. Black Rice.
Yes, sir.
The question here is very simple, pretty simple. Who is winning the war? Is it the bandits, the Boko Haram, or the herdsmen against the Nigerian government? Who is winning?
Well, again, I say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever your time is, wherever you are with your time there. You are talking about the same people, whether it's Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, bandits, or the present federal government of Nigeria, FGN. It's still Fulani government of Nigeria. What I'm saying is that nobody's winning. There is no war against those bandits. In order not to classify them as terrorists like the world leaders has classified Boko Haram, they gave them another name, bandits. And now they are the same, one of the same group. The Boko Haram, the bandits, the Fulani herdsmen. We are fighting a war that we cannot win. Because the federal government is not fighting with us. Rather, they are diverting the whole issue. Instead of getting us together, the federal government is getting us together to fight against those people. He is dividing us. So we are not actually fighting the terrorists. We are not fighting the terrorists. The terrorists and the federal government are fighting the people. That is the truth of the matter. So to say who is winning, there is no fighting against anyone. They are fighting against the people who have no arms. That is the population, the citizens of Nigeria. The federal government is just FGN, Fulani government of Nigeria. That is it. It's not. We don't have a government now for the people, by the people, and for the people.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. You have just given a new name, a new name to Nigeria. That is the Fulani government of Nigeria. Oh my God. Instead of the federal government of Nigeria. I don't blame you. I know you have a reason for saying that, because the Fulani herdsmen has now dominated everywhere, especially the northeast of Nigeria, the northeastern part of Nigeria. As a matter of fact, I would say mostly the north, whether northeast, north central, or northwest. The Fulani herdsmen, the bandits, and the Boko Haram, as you said, they are all one and the same group. They all one and the same group. They are all, I believe, all of us will agree here that they are terrorist group. They are Boko Haram actually has been classified as terrorist group. So all of them are the same. I don't care whether they say they are Fulani herdsmen, bandits, or whatever. They are all the same thing. They're so violent. They're killing people, innocent people in Nigeria. People are dying every single day in hundreds. So, like I said, I don't blame you for giving them that acronym, FGN, Fulani Government of Nigeria. Now, you just said no one is winning the war, because the federal government is not actually paying adequate attention to the terrorist groups. Rather, they are just, they are wasting time there, and why people are just, they don't really care about the people. I think so. The federal government, they have become very, very irresponsible, because their responsibility is supposed to be, their primary responsibility to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians. But it don't look like it. It don't seem that they are doing that at all. So therefore, it looks like the federal government, is losing the war to the terrorist groups. That is my own opinion, because there is no single day you do not hear attacks by the terrorist group. Mr. Black Rice, now we have heard from you by giving a name to the federal government, a kind of acronym anyway. So that is fine. I do not blame you for that. Once again, let me ask you this, sir. What do we do? What is supposed to be done to be able to control, for the federal government to take control of the security of Nigeria?
What we should do,
yes,
is to get Muhammadu Buhari out of the office. That is the only way we can start to think of winning or having our country back. Muhammadu Buhari is the leader of this terrorist group. He is the leader. He's already said a lot of things about them, that anytime they kill any Southerner and we raise our eyebrow, he will say, no, they have been killing Northerners. Is that what the president is supposed to say, to bring people together to fight a common enemy? He doesn't see them as an enemy to start with. So we need Buhari out of office. Once he's out of there, we put somebody who doesn't listen to the sheikh or whatever, or sultan from Sokoto or whatever. We just listen to the constitution. We don't really have a constitution. Nobody's checking and balancing any of them. That is the problem. So any imam can come up and say anything. Any Mayati Allah can jump out from anywhere and make announcement for the federal government. Any imam from any stupid mosque can come up and make announcement for the federal government. So we don't have a constitution. If we have a constitution, and the South can also come out and make claim. Everything about the constitution is about Sharia and Muslim and Hajj and that is it. We don't have any constitution. Nothing. We don't have anything in the South. All we are trying to do is to protect our land. We are protecting our land from these invaders. They are invading us, and the federal government, the present government is not. It's not. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter to them. He just wanted. He invited them. That's what he created. He created it so he can get power. Now he's gotten the power. He doesn't even know what to do with it. That's our problem. So we just have to get Buhari out of there, and we take our country back. If we even have one country anymore.
Very, very, very good question. Or good point. I'm sorry. You made a point, and I'm going to ask the next question out of the point that you just made. Now, you said that the only way to combat the terrorist groups is getting the president, Muhammadu Buhari, General Muhammadu Buhari, out of office, right? How do we do that? Because our people do not value their own power. They got the power, but it looks like they have never valued it. Otherwise, in the first place, General Buhari wasn't supposed to be the best person to be there. If Nigerians actually utilize their power. One thing I said in the last show, if you remember, that the NAS has made, they come up with an idea, which I believe was a laudable one, that all primaries, the political party primaries, will now be card-carrying members, not selected few people, because that is the reason why General Buhari, came on board. Because once you skate through the primaries with the handful of people, they call the leaders, that is going to just pick and choose somebody, which the people probably, do not agree with. But unfortunately, it is just the way it is. They have selected people who they call delegates that select people. I wouldn't say elect people or nominate people. They select somebody of their own choice. They don't know if that's your choice. They don't know if that's my choice. So that is how General Buhari came on board, because after he was nominated, obviously it comes to the general election, and how the rest is history. So now, how do we fix that problem? So getting out of office, obviously he's going to go come 2023, because his term will be over. Now we will not be electing a new president. And I can tell you that the political gladiators have started their dance again. They have started their dance again. They're moving around already for election that is coming up in 2023. So now, how do we fix that part? Because if we do not use our power, then they're going to use it for us. The few people who call themselves leaders are going to use it for us. Mr. Blackrod, can you talk a little bit about that?
My brother, election looking to it. It was decided, and this man in Lagos, what's his name again? Tinubu.
Yes.
Because they make an agreement before they became APC that, okay, you go now. After 8 years, I will take over from you. Tinubu is supposed to take over from Muhammadu Buhari. That is the arrangement. So whatever we are doing now, preparing for election, is just an exercise that to see that these stupid people, they are not tired. Keep on, just give their activities to do. That is what we are still doing. We are waiting for this man to be crowned again now. Tinubu is the next president. Because the agreement Nigeria can wait for you. Let it right. This is end now. I don't even think they want to leave because they are putting too many terrorists in the strategic areas that will create a problem that will make the president say, no, we can't hold election because of this, because of that. Or I want to hold on till I get this done or get that right. I don't see any election coming. They want people to spend money because people are poor, people are hungry on the street, people are dying from hunger, not just from terrorists again now. People are hungry. Money is scarce. They can't come buy food. Nobody can buy food. Even instead of pure water now, it's like, bro, you just find food to drink. But I just know how to have to fix it. How are we going to go into election? We are not thinking of putting things right. No, we are thinking of election. Nnamdi Kanu is being kidnapped and brought into some detention that we don't know how it all started or what his head is all about. That one is languishing in a foreign jail in Benin Republic. But meanwhile, people are going to the bandits and the terrorists exchanging money, and we know these people. We see them. They make pictures. The other day, a custom officer was telling us that they don't only serve Nigerians, they serve too. They gave them some bags of rice. My brother, I'm afraid that we don't have a country. We don't have a country. We don't have a country. I'm sick and tired of thinking I have a country. We don't have.
Basically, what you're telling us is everything is centered around few people. That whoever is going to be the president in the next coming election is already known. Is that? I mean, did I get you correctly? Mr. Blackrod, are you there? Mr. Blackrod.
That is the truth. It's an agreement that they entered into Muhammadu Buhari's party. And ACN was Tinubu's party. So they came together, a gentleman's agreement. Okay, you go now, 8 years, then I go. You will see, you will say that, okay, yeah, Rasta really said so. Let's see who's going to win. Because now, Tinubu just came back with working still from London. Now he's pretending to be working well. As soon as he gets to the office, he's going to go back to London and sit down and get treatment for some time, like his friend.
So
it's been like that. Nigeria is being like that. We've been caring for our old
Okay, sir. I understand what you're saying, that it is still the same order. So, and probably because of the Constitution, the way the Constitution is, right? I just said there's an amendment by the National Assembly that has now uh, came up with the idea of all political parties to have their nomination by all card carrying members of their party. Some people will say that may become too expensive for the candidates because of the way Nigerians their attitude. Because if you are giving 1,000 naira, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, as the case may be, you are already bought over, you know. But that's why some people are kind of like, okay, well, it's a brilliant idea, but it will become too expensive for some people who would have been qualified to become Nigeria's president, because it will be too much, you know, it will be too much. So basically, we don't know where to go. The idea of recycling leadership, the leaders, that has been the problem. So if you agree, or if you are saying that, oh, you don't think it's going to change, that they have already discussed it, Tinubu is going to take over from Buhari, it's just not like that. No, it's not like that. It's not a relay race where one just takes the button from the other one and then I keep going. No, we have to have an election, and the people have the power. They got the power. So good. Eugene, welcome to the show. I'm going to bring you in right now. Are you still there? So the people got the power. So and the power is their PVC, their voters card. So that's why I kind of, welcome the idea of the National Assembly by saying that all card members participate in the nomination of the party's candidate. Not just like, okay, they have arranged it that whoever is going to be the president in the next 2 years is already known. And then after that, and after that, and after that. No, it don't work like that. That's not democracy. It's not democracy. If you think we need to take out the present president, it is by your voter's card. So it's not, there's no other way it's going to happen. So I just want us to kind of speak a little bit on that part, because I'm not disagreeing with you that the way it has been going on has been the wrong way. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Actually, it has been the wrong way. We need to correct that. If we do not correct that part, then our country will continue to go, down the drain. All right, sir. The bandits, the Fulani HerdsMen, the Boko Haram, which we all know is the same one group, right? How would the federal government have the might? They have the military, a force that can match the people. They're not that much. How is it that they are not being contained? That's my problem. That's my question. How is it that we continue to hear more and much of this terrorist group than our military force that is supposed to match them and get rid of them out of the country and bring us peace, bring back peace to that nation? So how come the federal government is not able to use the military forces that they have against them? Is there any reason for that? Do you know if there's any reason why this is not done? Mr. Black Rice.
Yes. The reason for our military not being able to fight or succeed in bringing down this group is because of the commander-in-chief. When the commander-in-chief is telling you, do not kill these people, Don't kill them. Just capture them and try to, try to bring them back to give them amnesty. They're giving the soldiers a lot of big tasks to do, and they are killing our best military men. Kill the best of our men who are actually Southern, and that there are people there who are going to be sympathetic. Soldiers are dying in their numbers. You don't kill those people. You just capture them and try to integrate them back.
Good evening.
This is why we are having the problem.
Okay, I understand that. Before we continue, I'd like to welcome one of our guests, Mr. Black.
The fault is been but the instruction is not to kill them and
Mr. Black, let me quickly bring in our guest, our new guest to talk already. Mr. Eugene, please, can you either you mute the mic or please turn down your TV? There's a background noise for your end. Okay, yeah, but why, when you're talking, you can unmute yourself, but please turn down the TV or something, okay? I'd like to welcome to the show one of our regular guests that has always joined us on this program to discuss the issue today about the bandits, the HerdsMen, and the Boko Haram versus the federal government of Nigeria. With us already seated is one of the brilliant youth activists, those who are coming together to form a youth political party in Nigeria because they believe that they're tired of the two major political parties that have dominated the affairs of the country, and it has not actually tell well of the nation. Nothing has been done. There's no progress whatsoever. So they have come up with a group, a youth a party that is being formed. He will tell us about that some other time, probably, or maybe before we run out the program, he will talk about that. I'm talking about my vibrant youth leader, Mr. Eugene Obadan. You're welcome to the Idele-Ero show. Unmute yourself and speak.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joe. Thank you. It's nice to be with you on this platform again. I hope you can hear me because
very well. I can hear you. Your place is a little dark.
Yeah, I'm not really used to the StreamYard. I'm more I'm comfortable with the Zoom, but of course we can learn new things, But pardon the lightning in my place. I had to find a convenient place because the kids, they are on cartoon and everything, so it's quite noisy around the house.
That's right.
So as far as you can hear me clearly, I believe that will do, if that's okay by you, sir.
Sure. Well, I can hear you very well. We can hear you.
Okay.
Mr. Black Rice, can you hear
you.
Eugene? Can you please sing that to our legendary reggae artist and activist, Mr. Black Rice? Eugene.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Black Rice. It's almost 10 o'clock here in Nigeria. I don't know where you're talking from, but it's quite late. So good evening, and it's very nice to see you again. I think we have met on this same platform some few months back, I believe, and we had we had extensive discussions.
Very well. That's true.
Yeah.
Mr. Black Rice, that's Mr. Eugene Obadan from Benin City. Mr. Black Rice is talking from the Netherlands. He is based.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Mr. Black
Thank
Rice,
you,
please,
brother. Thank
yeah,
you.
good to meet you again, sir.
Okay. All right. So now we are together. Mr. Eugene, you just met
Yeah, this problem has started again with this.
network. Is that a network issue or something?
You know, the this the other and coming.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Eugene, can you hear me? Eugene,
Yeah, I can hear you loud. I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
how about Mr. Blackred? Can you hear him? Can you hear Mr. Blackrise as he was talking? Did you hear him?
It's a problem.
Okay, there's some network issue. I understand. But anyway, so the topic of grant, Mr. Eugene, is that we have the terrorist group, the Boko Haram, the Fulani, and the bandits.
Sorry, sir. Can Mr. Black Rice mute himself so that we that are not talking, let's just mute ourselves and see if it's better. Because
Oh, if
I think I'm hearing
some background. Okay, let's try that. Mr. Blackrise, can you hear us? Hello, sir. All right, Eugene, but you can still hear me, right? I can control that.
loud and clear.
Yeah, I can control that from here. Let me do that. All right, now, yeah, I can do that from here. So when he's going to speak, I will mute him. Okay. The topic again is that the Boko Haram, the bandits, and the Fulani HerdsMen, which we all know to be one, and they are menace in the country against the federal government. We do not know. The simple question that we started with was, who is winning? Is the federal government able to match the activities of this set of terrorist group, or is the terrorist group taking over Nigeria? That's the question. Mr. Eugene, what do you have to say quickly? Let's hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Joe. It's always good to debate on all these issues, but I believe terrorism as a whole is not particular with Nigeria, although Nigeria soil suddenly has given an enabling ground for its growth. Over the past decade, we've had a serious upsurge on terrorism and serious upsurge on the activities of the ISAP or ISWAP or whatever it's called. Now, this has progressed over time because our country has opened its borders to these terrorists. I can tell you for free that majority of the Fulani herdsmen or bandits we call today are foreigners, are people who come from other countries and who have gained access into Nigeria. As you may know, the Islamization of the world is currently on. So this is part of the Islamization of the world. Most of these countries that are porous are being taken over by these ISWAP and so-called bandits. They are doing all they can to see how they can convert and force people into Islam. Now, if our government is serious, I think the situation can still be handled. But unfortunately, we have not seen that seriousness in our government today. We have not seen the urgent need for the elimination of this current evil that has bedeviled our country for the past one decade or more. Now, why do we say we have not seen a very tactical approach to it? Number one, if you have a situation whereby you're having troops from other parts of the world gaining access into the country, the first thing a thinking government should do is to find out those areas that they are coming through, whether by sea or by road or by borders, and seal them up. Secondly, is to ensure that the best weapon available for fighting insurgency is being used. Up till date, we do not have flying drones in the northern part of Nigeria giving correct and accurate information on where these bandits and terrorists have been located. Up till date, we do not have our airstrike giving up to date information and destruction of all their camps up to now. So it's quite clear that the government of the day is silently and technically in support of this evil. Because if you are not in support of something, you will do all you can within your power to destroy that thing. Borno has become a breeding ground for terrorism. So also is Kaduna, Katsina, Yobe, Gombe, Zamfara. These states I've just mentioned are highbrow areas for terrorism. And if it continues for the next few years, you'll discover that the West wouldn't be safe, the East wouldn't be safe, the South wouldn't be safe. So I believe the quickest and the best solution right now is for we as a Nigerian people to talk to the government and through, lastly, before I go, and through the ballot, ensure we have a government who is ready to fight these people, not just by the barrels of the gun, but with good tactics that has been used in other parts of the world to eliminate terrorism. Thank you. Sorry for taking a bit of your time.
No. You are good. You are good. That's the reason why we have you here. Extensive, extensive analysis about the situation, which you have actually touched right now. Before you came, Mr. Blackrice has talked much about it, about the unpreparedness and unseriousness of the federal government, to the extent that he even tagged them with an acronym that they are now FGN, Fulani Government of Nigeria. So, and you wouldn't blame him for all that, coupled with what you have just said yourself, allowing, making a porous border where these people come into our country freely without control. All that kind of stuff is what is going on that we can no longer control. The federal government had no longer control of the security of the nation. That is what it is. They are not in control, because if they were, they know where these bandits are located. According to what you just said, they know where they are located. How come they are not able to contain them? That has been my question. I believe Mr. Blackrice is back on track. Is back with us. I want to ask Mr. Blackrice, before I go back to Mr. Eugene Obada. Now, we just heard about the porosity of our borders, where these bandits, come into our nation, because they actually are not, most of them are not Nigerian. The federal government has agreed that these people are not Nigerian. Where do they come from? How do they get into the country? Mr. Blackrice. Are you there, sir?
Yes, my brother. You see, it's fun when you start to ask questions about what you're. Do you hear me? These bandits, these terrorists, these foreigners, to be weighing up to help them get
Elected. Okay.
the
I see
power.
where you.
That was
Right.
why president. So now they are here because they thought they were going to in 2015. I don't know why. Good luck, Jonathan was not ready to fight. There was those boys came and there's no fight. You don't expect them to go like that. But government, this president without fulfilling your own agreement, they're not going to like that.
All right.
Part of the northern region, northern states.
Mr. Baden, are you there? Eugene Abada,
They
are you
want
there?
to dominate.
Yeah, Mr. Joe, I'm here with
They
you.
want the Sharia to go all over the country, in their foot soldier.
Okay. I just placed a comment on the screen for everybody else to watch and probably see. There's another
get rid of the president was by ballot
on the screen. The first one was from Honorable Courage Oduwa Inoke. He talked about the direct primaries.
They are supposed to have.
And I have Agbe Ameze, Chris Emafidon, is tried to alert us that there's a breakage in the audio of one of us, which we already identified. I think it is a network issue, Mr. Chris Emafidon. I'm sorry. You know how it is. We are all in different locations. I'm here in the United States. Mr. Black Rice in the Netherlands, and Mr. Eugene Abada is in Benin City, Nigeria. So the location probably is the reason for the breakage in network and audio system. But however, I guess they will get it fixed, and you will continue to enjoy the show. If you do have any comment to add to what we are talking about, please do not hesitate, and I will flag it on the screen for everybody to see your comment. Thank you so much for your contributions. I appreciate you for your observation, actually. Okay, now, Mr. Eugene Abada, I'm going to put this comment from Honorable Courage Oduwa Inoke on the screen so you can see it. I want you to quickly read through it and then give your own analysis based on what he just talked about. I mentioned it that the National Assembly has they came up with the idea during the what do you call it? The amendment, you know, that there should be direct primaries in all the political parties, not just APC, PDP. All the political parties should engage in direct primaries, you know, before we face the general election. Here is Mr. Oduwa's, Enokia's comment. I'm gonna put it here. Go ahead and take a look, Mr. Eugene, but read through it and tell us what you can say about this comment. It is very, very important. So let me know when you're done, and then we'll talk about it. That's Honorable Courage Oduwa Enokia from Benin City. He is saying that direct primaries is the best mode of primaries in advanced nations like US and other Western countries, because their citizens knows the importance of getting involved in their electoral process. But in our country today, Nigeria, he said the mode of both mode of primary, the mode of primaries is expensive to run, considering the mindset of Nigeria that see election period as a time to get their share from the national cake. What that means, what do you, I mean, what do you make out of that, Mr. Eugene?
Well, Mr. Joe, thank you once again. I believe the man, Honorable, sorry, what's his name again? Honorable,
Enokia,
the
Courage Oduwa Enokia, yes.
okay, Mr. Courage. I think he's very correct. You see, one of the problems we've had over the years is the issue of primaries. Now, take for example, during the elections, the presidential elections, which brought in the likes of Buhari into power. I remember when Atiku went for that primaries. I think his contender then was I can't remember per se his contender, but I knew during that primaries, which was held indoors, there was this there was this envelope that was going around that same day, and it was said that they had about each of those people who came to cast their vote were given about $10,000 each in the envelope. You understand? Now, imagine a situation where people who have come to cast their vote to get a candidate have pocketed $10,000 each, even before the election itself. Just imagine that situation. Then imagine after the primaries, automatically they now say, "Oh, this is the real candidate," and the rest. First of all, it is clear that that candidate who had given $10,000, he borrowed the money from somewhere. Imagine giving 1,000 people $10,000. That's over $1 million, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah, that's correct. 10,000 times it's even more than 1 million. Or if I'm now, once that kind of money is given just for primaries, then during the elections, trillions of naira is spent just to win an election. What you're going to have is the candidate fighting and doing all he can to repay back those monies. Those monies are either loans, they are either from godfathers, or they are either from some kind of source that must be refunded. So most of our leaders today who go for these primaries, or whether direct or indirect or whatever, it has always been the case. It has always been the case of envelopes going round. And Nigeria has now adopted the culture of sharing and taking money during elections. And once that culture continues, it is the result we will continue to see. The result of bad governance, the result of terrorism, the result of nepotism, the result of favorism, the result of continuous torture of the Nigerian people. Because it is torture when you cannot feed your family because of unpaid salary. Take, for example, Governor Yaya Bello of Benue State. 3 days or 2 days ago, it was discovered that he lodged in 19.6 billion naira salaries, bailout funds meant for the people of Kogi State. He lodged it in an interest yielding account and was collecting interest on that money. It was only recently that the EFCC collected that money and had refunded it back to the CBN. For how many years the people of Kogi State have suffered in the hands of Yaya Bello. And the same Yaya Bello had come again to tell you that, oh, I want to become the president of Nigeria. Vote for me. I am youth friendly. And the same Nigerians and the same persons that their funds were seized, their salaries were hidden, will still clap and follow same Yaya Bello when he gives them an envelope. So it is really a pathetic. You see, Mr. Joe, you will notice that I have not been very active for a while politically. It's because when I think of the mindset of the average Nigerian, there is no courage, there is no zeal to actually want to be part of the force that will bring correction. Because if you only try it, you will just become a target. You will become a target. So it's really a painful situation because the whole tree is corrupt. The whole tree is corrupt, starting from that man in the chief in the village that we never seen that leader ever went to his village, but immediately he brings a bag of that must go after the money is used, killing themselves and coming out again, and the circle continues. So I had to just the person of respect you have been sending for discussions because the issue of Nigeria is just the last. The people in country with you and their mindset is petty. That is the word to use. It is so petty. You can't be so petty. You can't be so petty and you have good leadership. You can't be so petty and you want to you are leaving the people or the people in Australia because your mind is petty. 5,000 naira they trade it father. So that is the situation. Yes, sir. So if we it is just those leaders or those who did they pass, who cast vote for the wrong, casting vote for people like vote for him. I don't know if you can. You are muted. I can't hear you, Mr. Joe.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Mr. Eugene Obada, I think you can hear me now. The reason why I muted my microphone was trying to see if it will help boost your audio, and okay, well, I'm glad that you alerted me on that. I almost forgot. Mr. Obadan, I agree with you totally, and I believe a lot of people out there will agree with your assertion about the attitude of our people. You know, you totally agree with what Honorable Courage Enoke, said in his comment. We all have agreed to that our people are, they sell out when it comes to election. They forget that whoever is giving them that token, who is going to be there in the next 4 years. And that person probably have no idea of why he's going there, has no agenda. And they forget that they are going to be the one that will suffer the consequences of electing incompetent people, into the corridor of power. So I thank you so much for that, for your contribution. And I'm still expecting other people to make their own contribution, by going to the comment box and make their own comment. If you are just joining us, we are debating on the activities of the Boko Haram, the Fulani HerdsMen, and the Bandits, who we all know is one and the same terrorist group in Nigeria. What effort is the federal government making to contain the menace in that country? That is our subject of discussion today on the Idele-Ero show. Mr. Black Rice, it looks like you are back. Okay. And I'm very sure you have listened to what Mr. Eugene Obadan said. Very quickly, one comrade Jeff Usayade from Australia will just say hi to you while you were away. I flagged that comment on the screen. Mr. Black Rice. So we all agree that the attitude of our people in elections have been responsible for all these incompetent people taking leadership in our country. So now another election is coming in 2023 to elect the president, the National Assembly members, and then governors and the House of Assemblymen. What is your advice to the people of Nigeria, Mr. Black Rice? You can unmute yourself. I think, did you mute yourself? We can barely hear you. I don't think. Go ahead, sir. Yes. Now we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just hear about what my good friend said over there, Eugene. Okay, what I'm saying, are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Very well. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So, am I on?
Yes, sir, you're on. You are on. You're live. Go ahead.
Joe. Hello, Joe.
Yeah, Eugene.
Hello, Joe.
Yeah, who's calling? I couldn't get a voice. Oh my God.
I don't like the idea of blame. I don't like the idea of blaming my people over everything that the politicians are doing.
Okay. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The people have no problem. The fault is not with the people. That is what the politicians want you to believe. That it is the people that is responsible for their misbehavior. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't want you all to be blaming my people, that my people are being blamed politicians. No, the political people where they are. Because this is not the government of the people of this doing. It is he who pays the piper dictate the tune. You know, it's a problem. This when you hear what I'm saying. I don't want to be talking to
Yes,
myself here.
I can hear you very well.
You know, you're blaming the citizens for every fault of the politicians, which is wrong. The politicians made the people, they gave them the idea running this show. So piper dictates the tune. So if you give the people are just ready to receive. A lot of people don't get salary, they don't get money, they don't get social amenities, social welfare. They don't get any welfare from any. That's why you have criminality all the country. Yeah, in order to forestall criminality, that is why the European advanced countries have security. Yeah, I'm talking about social security. When you think the politicians are going to give my people some money, they see it as social security, not for their election or their ballot. No, because that is how they get their money. Every get 2,000. That's the problem. You can say, yeah, they take money and they do that. No, the politicians prepare them like that because they kept them perpetually broke and poor, so that they can be manipulated. You know. So
that is correct, sir. Mr. Blackrack, I totally understand what you say.
People for the choice of the politicians.
They gave themselves out to be used. The people allowed themselves to be used by the politicians. That's what it
Those
is.
ones in Senate and the House of Assembly, if NSAS demonstration this insecurity, unable to get the people's right life and property settled or secured, failing to secure life and property in the country that he has sworn oath to keep. That's enough to impeach him.
And who is going to impeach him? Is it not the same people? That's what we are talking about, sir. It's the same people. Those in the National Assembly are the same connivers. You know what I mean? They connive together to rob our people of their rights, you know, of what belongs to them in a democratic system, you know, like this setup. It is just unfortunate that the National Assembly, the president, all of them are the same. That's why we are saying we're not blaming the people, but the people allowed themselves to be used by the politician. That's their blame. Otherwise, we're not shifting the blame on them. Yes, we are not shifting the blame on them, sir. No, that's not what we are doing. For example, like you, do you think anybody based on your do you think anybody can buy you over with the sum of 5,000 naira? I agree that they have reached the people, you know, they kind of, you know, they put them in that poverty level, whatever they are offered, they accept it, and they really don't care about the future. They just care about now. We agree. But there are some people who don't care. They don't want to be used. I have seen people like that. I have seen people in an election where they were offered bribery. You know, I mean, they tried to bribe them and they refused. They said, no, I am here to vote my conscience. So why can't we all do that? If we all do that, they won't be able to manipulate the people. No. Do you agree with me, sir? Today's network is horrible anyway. Mr. Blackray, it looks like your microphone is muted. Can you try and see if you can mute it so we can hear you? That's observation from the comment box. Yeah. Okay, now I can hear you, sir.
So that is why, Joe, this democracy is fuse 5,000. How many people will refuse 5,000? How many people will accept 5,000? A lot of people will accept 5,000. A lot. Majority of the people will accept 5,000. At least for one night or one day, you will carry them. But not somebody like me. Give me 5,000. It's not enough for me to even buy gas to the car.
No, so that's not enough at all.
They are not coming to look at me if they just who they are touching. You know?
So that's why
they are prepared for this sort of thing. No, my microphone is on here.
Yeah, no, go ahead, sir. Yeah, go ahead. It's the network. We agree. Yeah. It's the network, sir. Now,
my mic is on. That's why I said I don't want to be talking to myself here. I always find myself talking to myself here.
I can hear you very well, sir. We are hearing you. We hear what you're saying. We heard everything that you said. So it's not a problem. You are not talking to yourself. We are listening to you, and we heard you. So that's the reason why I was responding to you that can you be bought over with 5,000? You said no. That's your answer to. Now, the other people you think are being manipulated, because of their poverty level, they can as well resist. They can. All we need to do, you and I and many out there, need to educate them, need to enlighten them. They need to be enlightened that 5,000 naira can carry you today, tonight, fine. But what happens tomorrow? That's the enlightenment. We need to give them this public, enlightenment that listen, when election is coming again, do not worry about today. Worry about your future. Because if you worry about today with your 5,000, then tomorrow you go hungry again. You're going to be hungry again. You're going to be starving because they are not coming back to offer you that 5,000 that they gave to you today. No, it's over. You have just been bought over without you knowing it. That when tomorrow comes, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? They are not coming back to give you that 5,000 again. It is a one-time deal. See what I'm saying? So that's why we are trying to tell everyone that no, to enlighten the people through whatever media you can use. It could be through this, platform, your own, platform, wherever, or you just do direct talking to the people. That's it. That it is not good for them to accept anything just for today. Let them think about tomorrow. Let them think about the education of their children. Right. Let them think about, their future generally, the future of their own children. If not for themselves, but how about the children coming up? So because the country, those who are buying them over with such mega amount of money, they are going there to steal the money. They steal the money. The federal government, that is, they steal the patrimony, your own money, my own money. They steal it and convert it to their own pocket. And therefore, the infrastructures will suffer. There will be no water, there will be no road, there will be no good schools for our children to attend. There will be nothing. Virtually nothing. Look how the country is, as rich, as richly endowed as that country, Nigeria. Look what we are facing today. And then going back to our state, that's why we thank God for the incoming of Governor Obaseki. I mean, the man has a very, very clear and transparent vision for the people. He's working hard. Many people will criticize him, but look what he's doing. That's a man with a vision. So, I mean, enough is enough. I just don't want us to beat on this too much because we will carry it over for another day. So Mr. Black Rice, I don't believe that they manipulate the people just like that. The people allow themselves to be manipulated. That's it. So that's just the way it is. So I mean, it is up to us to advise the people, to talk to the people directly or indirectly, whichever means we can get them enlightened that it is not good to accept bribe for any elective position. No, anybody is coming to you, nominate me or elect me, take this 5,000 naira. That means you have just been bought over. Then how about tomorrow? How about the market? How will they build the market? How will they build the hospital? How will they build the schools? How will they, all these things are there because they have bought you over with 5,000 naira or 2,000 naira or even 1,000 as the case may be. Then you just sold the infrastructure we talk about, to the people. Because it's never going to happen. It's never going to be done. That's all we need to be doing. Mr. Black Rice, I'm going to give you opportunity to give us your last word because we are running up the show now. Thank you, Mr. Chris Agbe, Amesa Chris Mafido. I appreciate you so much for your contribution. Yes, we all know that. Poverty. What is the cause of poverty? We know. Everybody complains about poverty. What is the cause of poverty? The poverty is a thing of the mind. I can tell you now, it's a thing of the mind. It's a mindset. If you allow yourself to be poor, then you'll be poor. How do you do that? First of all, now look at it. People are just being bought over cheaply because you believe that you are poor. You can tell the people that I am not poor, I am not accepting your 1,000 naira. Period. How about that, Mr. Imafido? So that's what we are talking about. Poverty is a mindset. I can tell you that. Nobody is born poor. No. If you allow yourself to be poor, then you're going to be poor. That's the way it is. I'm having problem today with network from our legendary reggae artist and activist, Mr. Black Rice. So on the screen is the comment from my brother, Comrade Jeff Osayande, all the way from Australia. He said the people, they manipulate the people by promising them, what they can't deliver to them. Yes, he said Nigeria is practicing democracy of the Bank of UK and USA, South Africa, Germany, and China and all that. I agree with you. Yes, that is not it. The people know that the promises that they're giving to them is fake. They know because this is what they've been hearing over and over and over and over again, and nothing changed. So that's my point. again, my brother Jeff was saying that poverty is a mindset. Take that with me today on this show. It's a mindset. If you allow yourself to be poor, you're gonna be poor. If you tell yourself that, oh, I'm poor, you're gonna be poor. That's the way it is. If somebody offer you 1,000 naira, right? And you know that 1,000 naira is to buy your conscience. If you accept it, then you are actually poor. That's it. That's it. So I'm going to round up the show. Mr. Black Rice, if you can still say something
Yeah,
to,
my brother. My brother said it. I said.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. I like what Agbe said. Poverty is the problem. Import all of us in that country so that they will to manipulate. They caused it. Yes, he said it. Poverty is the problem. Poverty. Yes. The politicians, they took all the money that was being for roads. No, it's not mindset. It's politicians.
I think I'm going to round up the show now because we are having an audio problem from my guest. Unfortunately, it's network actually. Network
Not in
problem.
Nigeria. I live very much in Europe.
All right. Okay, sir. Let's go ahead and say the last word, Mr. Black, right? Yeah. Okay. Now it's ever gone. Well, you have been listening to watching the Idele-Ero show live on Facebook and YouTube. If you missed the show, don't worry about it. You will still have the opportunity to listen and watch the show. Either you go to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/user/Joe-Ero100. Joe-Ero100. That's our YouTube channel. Or you can go to Facebook, www.facebook.com/Joe Idele-Ero. That's our Facebook handle. So don't worry, you didn't miss so much. You can always get to visit these places and hear everything that was said today on this show. I want to thank those people who participated from the audience, who were making useful comments on the program. First, I want to thank Honorable Enokia, Honorable Oduwa Enokia, Courage Oduwa Enokia, for your contribution. I want to thank Mr. Agbe Ameza Chris Mafidon. I want to thank you so much for your contribution. You are always part of my show, and I appreciate your time as always. And I want to thank my brother, my comrade, all the way from Australia. I think I'm going to put you on the spot next time. You'll be my guest instead of being, on the audience level. So I will now bring you in to discuss and say your mind to the people of Nigeria in a different topic. And remember, this is the Jobran Idele-Ero show, the platform where you get genuine information and objective discussion, robust discussion about the issue that's going on specifically in Nigeria and Africa and the rest of the world. Thank you so much, Comrade Jeff Osayade, all the way from Australia. And I want to thank everyone out there who listened to this program, who watched this program today. We thank you so much. We will always be there for you as long as you stay tuned to the program, watch our program, share our program, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as you see on the screen. We'll see you again next time with another edition of the Idele-Ero Show. Thank you all so much. You have a good day wherever you are. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your day or rest of your night. My name is Idele-Ero.